Catus, Maximus here, this time with a review of these old school Craftsman, old American made high access needle nose pliers. Been looking around and there's actually various terms for these type of needle nose. What this makes them different is like standard needle nose, you have roughly equivalent distance. Maybe the handle is 60% the length of the needle nose. You know, we got a set of channel locks here. These are much different, as we can see, is their overall length is nearly the same, except for if we line up the pivot points, we can see the needle nose is just much shorter. It just gives you a lot more gripping force, and it makes the head narrower. If you're trying to get into a tighter spot, it can be difficult with normal needle nose. And so with these, it just gives you a narrower end and allows you to get into tighter spaces. The other advantage is the handles are disproportionately long, so you get just a lot of grip force. I will have to mention I like the wide handles. I like the pattern that's on them. Really like the wide handles. If we compare to the channel locks here, we can see that these handles are just extra wide. Really like that. And yeah, a while ago I did do a video about these old Dynaloy DB 58s, and so these kind of go along with it. They're both similar style pliers, long handle with a short nose, but these diamonds are just slightly duck-billed. They're just a little bit wide. The rivet's pretty loose on these diamonds. And then these Craftsman are just a needle nose style. I have a pair of, I think, Exolites that are similar to this, but you don't run into these type of needle nose very often, but they certainly are handy just because you get a lot of grip, and once again you can get into some pretty tight areas. These Craftsmans have been well used, but at least the nose is not bent, and actually the rivet has held up pretty well. Only just a little bit of wobble in the rivet, so I'm happy about that. And we can really tell, I mean, the jaws are definitely have seen some better days, but quality tool. They still have plenty of life left in them. And they're the type of needle nose where you always just use, you know, relatively standard needle nose, but then when you have a set that's like these, you find that you reach for them a lot more often than you might initially expect. Mainly for the reason that you just get a lot more grip strength out of them just because you have a whole lot more leverage. And I like the way the handles curve up. These are a little bit more modern. Seeing so many pliers, they just went away and they just went with simple curved handles. And these old school ones, I kind of like the flare just because when you're gripping on something and you're trying to do really pull, these flares just give you just a little bit of an extra grip just so they don't want to slip out of your hands quite as easily. So anyway, thought these were a neat old set of Craftsmans. And they must be pretty old because there's nothing on the back side and there is no part number. It just says Craftsman USA on it. That's all you get. So I don't know how I'm going to title this video. Maybe long handle or high access needle nose. I'm not sure which. Anyway, really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, Catus Maximus out.